These are the top 10 greatest novelists of all time. Now, any list like this comes with a challenge. Literature is too rich, too wide, and too deeply loved for 10 names to satisfy everyone. Great readers form deep loyalties. Certain writers speak to us so personally, so powerfully, that leaving them out can feel almost impossible to accept. So this list is not meant to dismiss other great novelists, nor is it claiming to be the only correct answer. It is simply one serious attempt to rank the novelists whose work combined artistic greatness, lasting influence, depth of insight, and the power to change what the novel could be. These are the writers who did not just produce masterpieces, they helped define the form itself. Let us begin. At number 10, Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf changed the novel from the inside out. She was less interested in action on the surface than in the hidden flow of thought, memory, feeling, and time. In her hands, fiction became more fluid, more intimate, and more psychologically alive. She showed that the inner life could be as dramatic as any outward event. At number 9, Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy gave the novel a tragic force that still feels overwhelming. His books are filled with longing, fate, social pressure, and the quiet destruction of human hopes. He had the rare ability to make ordinary lives feel vast and unforgettable. In Hardy, suffering is never smooth. It becomes almost mythic. At number 8, George Eliot. George Eliot brought extraordinary intelligence and moral depth to fiction. She understood people in all their complexity, their goodness, selfishness, blindness, tenderness, and contradiction. Her greatness lies not in spectacle, but in wisdom. She made the novel a place where human character could be studied with compassion and seriousness. At number 7, James Joyce. James Joyce pushed the novel into entirely new territory. He transformed language, broke traditional narrative patterns, and captured consciousness with a boldness almost no one had attempted before him. His work is demanding, but that is part of why it matters. He expanded the limits of what fiction could be. At number 6, Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway changed modern prose with a style that was stripped, controlled, and powerful. He proved that simplicity could carry enormous emotional weight. Beneath his restraint, there is tension, pain, courage, and silence. His influence on later fiction has been immense because he showed how much a novelist could achieve by refusing excess. At number 5, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens had one of the greatest storytelling gifts in literary history. He created characters who feel immortal, worlds that seem alive from the first page, and narratives full of emotion, humor, criticism, and energy. He could entertain millions while also exposing cruelty, injustice, and social failure. Few novelists have ever reached so many people so deeply. At number 4, Jane Austen. Jane Austen worked on a smaller canvas than some others on this list, but within that space she achieved something astonishing. Through manners, conversation, courtship, pride, and misunderstanding, she revealed the full drama of human behavior. Her irony, clarity, and precision remain unmatched. She proved that the quiet world of ordinary social life could hold extraordinary truth. At number 3, Miguel de Cervantes. With Don Quixote, Cervantes helped give birth to the modern novel. He brought irony, self-awareness, comedy, tenderness, and profound humanity into fiction in a way that still feels strikingly modern. His work showed that a novel could laugh, reflect, question itself, and still move us deeply. He did not just write a great novel, he changed the future of the form. At number 2, Fyodor Dostoevsky. Fyodor Dostoevsky entered the deepest and darkest regions of the human soul. His novels wrestle with guilt, faith, freedom, suffering, pride, madness, and redemption. He understood that people are rarely simple, and that the fiercest battles are often invisible. Reading Dostoevsky feels less like observing characters and more like confronting the most dangerous parts of human consciousness. At number 1, Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy stands at the summit because he seems to contain the whole range of life. History, war, love, family, death, society, morality, and the smallest movements of the human heart. He could write all of it with overwhelming power and clarity. His novels are vast without losing intimacy, philosophical without losing life, and grand without losing truth. In Tolstoy, the novel reaches one of its highest possible forms. And even this list cannot contain all greatness. There are many other novelists whose importance is beyond question, and whose absence here does not lessen their power. Writers such as Franz Kafka, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Marcel Proust, William Faulkner, Honoré de Balzac, Gustave Flaubert, the Bronte sisters, Henry James, and George Orwell remain towering figures in the history of fiction. But if we are asked to choose 10 novelists whose work most powerfully shaped the novel as an art, these are the names that stand tallest. Do you agree with this list? Which novelist would you add, and who would you remove? Tell me in the comments, and follow for more great literature.